Academic procession is about to enter from the back of the room. Will you please stand and remain standing for the national anthem? Thank you. You may be seated.
Distinguished guests, university colleagues, industry and community partners, family and friends, and most importantly, those who are graduating today. I extend a warm welcome to you all. I will now call upon Lagana Hughes to conduct a statement to country.
Ya Palingina Miladina, Patana Palawa, Miladina Nika, Warranta Tatamuna, Manta Manta. Minatunapri, Tatarilia Manta, Tatamuna Rala, Putia Nari, Rachi, Kratapata War. Minatunapri, Tatarilia Puni, Warranta Putia Warunini. Minatunapri Patana, Palawa Nari Nari. Hello and welcome. My name is Lagana Hughes, and as a proud Palawa man, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here today in the traditional language of my ancestors. I welcome you to the land of the Patana and Palawa people who always have and always will own the land we meet on here today. I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to my ancestors. I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to my elders, past and present. And I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the Tasmanian Aboriginal community. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Lagana. And today we do gather on Lutruwita, Tasmania, Aboriginal land, and I too would like to acknowledge with deep respect the Muanina people, the traditional owners and custodians on the land in which we meet, and pay my profound respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It's a great honour today to be with you all to share this moment as you step into the next phase of your life as a graduate of this wonderful university. It's also very exciting for me to be here as a graduate myself from a long time ago. I offer my warmest congratulations to all of you who are graduating today, and to all of those of you who have been part of this journey and are sharing this occasion with those that you love. There must be so many stories here in the room today. Stories about what led you to decide to go to university. Stories about what going to university has meant for you. And stories about the aspirations and hopes you hold for today as you step out as graduates, each making your own unique contribution to the world. You are well prepared to make that contribution, for by awarding you with your degree today, the university is recognising that you have achieved a level of excellence in your particular discipline. And that disciplinary excellence, about to be formally and publicly recognised, means you might start to refer to yourself differently. For you will be a graduate in your chosen field, recognised as an expert, and ready to take on new and professional roles. For those of you being awarded a PhD, you will become a doctor. And whatever you put before your name, there will also be a few more letters you can put after it, a sign to the world of what you've achieved. Graduating is a milestone for which there can be justifiable pride and affection, and the stories which accompany it are likely to live on for many years. I hope there will be many more milestones ahead of you in your careers and professional development as you continue to work hard and experience the satisfaction of further learning, growth and achievement. I also hope those milestones which give you the most joy are much more than about your work and professional development. No doubt you observe from the family, friends and communities who've supported you along your journey that a life well lived is one that achieves balance. Each one of you has a tremendous opportunity to give generously to your community. And to know you are helping others is enormously satisfying. You can do this in so many ways, and many of you, no doubt, already do this, perhaps in ways you don't even recognise. It might be lending a hand, mentoring a fellow student or work colleague through your profession and going the extra mile at work. Perhaps you will lend your skills and experience to a local not-for-profit or your children's school. Perhaps you will contribute to medical breakthroughs, collaborate with others to tackle a community concern, or perhaps you will choose to lead from the front in addressing climate change by changing your own behaviours in order to reduce waste or emissions. Indeed, there are so many ways we can all make a difference, and especially as a graduate of the university whose mission it is to do exactly that. For example, there's no more pressing challenge in the world today than climate change, and being named the #1 university in the world for climate action is a testimony to the outstanding work being undertaken right across this university. And in this era of bushfires, extreme weather events and infectious diseases such as COVID, the new Centre for Safe Air, located at our Menzies Institute for Medical Research, will be a game changer in protecting those most at risk for air quality changes. There's also the success of Oxygenie, a product developed with our university's engineering and medical researchers, which has helped save the lives of premature and critically ill babies in 40+ countries across the world. Meanwhile, our psychology clinics, including a new one at Newnham, is servicing the northern suburbs of Launceston. We're helping people access mental health services otherwise unavailable to them, while also preparing our students to take on much-needed roles across this beautiful island. We're also tackling Tasmania's high incidence of cardiovascular disease with a project focused on hypertension, especially in the northwest of the state. And our work helping people better understand and support those living with dementia and MS has had a profound impact right across the globe. These achievements exemplify our university's mission and that is to make a difference for Tasmania and from Tasmania to make a difference for the world. We are very proud of each one of you who are graduating today, as ultimately it's through you and the difference you will make that we will fulfil our mission wherever your path takes you. Some of you will stay in Tasmania, while others will take on the world. All of you will make a difference. Reaching the milestone of graduation is rarely achieved alone, with help coming from so many different places. It might be your family, your friends, a teacher, someone who's given you the right encouragement at the right time. And some of those people who helped you may be in the room today. And as a university, we acknowledge and thank you all and those who supported you in their vital role in creating the conditions that, combined with your own endeavour, has enabled you to succeed. Whether you're originally from Tasmania or not, I hope that you now all feel a little bit Tasmanian, and importantly that you will always treasure your connection to Tasmania and its people. I have experienced and witnessed over and over how these connections pop up in surprising ways as you venture forth, and how unshakable this bond with Tasmania can be. The Tasmanian way is sometimes understated, and we typically don't talk ourselves up. That can be challenging, especially if you happen to be in a big brash city like New York or London. However, there are special things that come with this, including a quiet determination and adaptability that underpins many of Tasmania's great successes. We like to think this Tasmanian way also fosters people with a broad understanding. They're multi-skilled, and those who truly get on and do great work for Tasmania and for the world. So as you step out as graduates, we hope you will remember those Tasmanian qualities and draw on them as a source of strength and inspiration in the years ahead. We are proud to call you a graduate of the University of Tasmania, and we welcome you to a community of diverse and talented people who over 132-year history have contributed and continue to contribute to a better Tasmania and a better world. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Ramsden to present the occasional address. Dr. Claire Ramsden is a clinical neuropsychologist and currently the Acting Executive Director of Allied Health at the Tasmanian Health Service, Hospitals South. She grew up in northern Tasmania and commenced a degree in musical performance prior to transferring into a Bachelor of Arts degree at the University of Tasmania. She completed her doctoral studies in clinical neuropsychology at La Trobe University before going on to work in clinical roles in acquired brain injury and rehabilitation services, including as a consultant in neuropsychology and rehabilitation in the United Kingdom and Director of Allied Health Scientific and Technical Services in New Zealand before returning to Tasmania in 2014. Claire has ongoing interests in neuropsychology, neurorehabilitation, workforce development and wellbeing. She is a committee member of the Australasian Society for the Study of Brain Impairment and the Organisation for Psychological Research in Stroke, and a fellow of the College of Clinical Neuropsychologists. She recently completed her Master of Leadership in Health and Human Services at the University of Tasmania and is a clinical senior lecturer with the Tasmanian School of Medicine here at the university. She has rediscovered her love of music and enjoys playing in a number of local orchestras and ensembles. I invite Dr. Ramsden to present the occasional address.
Chancellor. Thank you, Chancellor. Welcome, distinguished guests, members of the university, graduates, families and friends. Firstly, an enormous congratulations to you all today. It's about a day for celebrating what you've achieved, your academic successes, your grit and determination in getting here. This should be a day of great pride for you. and for your families and friends. As a graduate of this university, it's both rewarding and humbling to be asked to speak to you today, and it's a lovely experience to be invited to speak and reflect on the importance of the graduation experience, particularly as somebody who graduated, again, some time ago, in this room. Yeah, I'm not going to say how long ago. So as you heard in the introduction, I'm currently the Acting Executive Director of Allied Health at Tasmanian Health Service Hospitals South, and I did recently graduate with the Master of Leadership, had my Doctor of Clinical Neuropsychology graduation at another university, and it's a really great time, I think, graduation, to reflect on your academic achievements, but also on what's coming next and what you might want to do. So while I had some very clear plans on leaving school, you heard they involved an entirely different career path, and on graduating from my neuropsychology degree, those plans did not eventuate as I thought they might. But what's happened for me in my career has been beyond anything that I could have expected. I've been incredibly fortunate. It's been an exciting journey, and I'm looking forward to what comes next. And in thinking about this to talk today, I realised that I wanted to talk about three things. I wanted to talk about serendipity, about connection, and you'll hear a theme about stories. So my original career plan as a neuropsychologist was I was going to go and work with people who'd had stroke. And this was really important to me for some family reasons. But I didn't. I completed my research in the field of Alzheimer's disease, and then I was offered a job working in brain injury rehabilitation. It didn't fit with my plan, but it seemed like an interesting job, so I thought, I'll have a go. And this, for me, was the start of a series of serendipitous events that occurred throughout my career. And a definition of serendipity that I quite like is an unplanned, fortunate discovery. And that's been my experience, to come across events and opportunities quite by accident, and they're just too interesting to let go. And I think, I'll just have a go, and then I'll come back to my plan. Sometimes I get back to the plan. Sometimes you create a new plan because it's just too good. And I think the idea of serendipitous career development is a really interesting one. I hear lots of people talk about being lucky in their career, that they were lucky to have these chances or lucky to know this person. And I feel that too. I feel that I've been very lucky and I've been in the right place at the right time. But I think it's a little bit more than luck as well. And I think it's about being ready when an opportunity comes across your path. And that's a little bit more about serendipity, I think. An unplanned but fortunate discovery that you're ready to have a go at. Something I think feeds that serendipity is connection. So early in my career, I met a fairly senior neuropsychologist from the United Kingdom at a conference. I was introduced to him by someone that worked in the same unit as me. We had a little bit of a chat. And when I moved to the UK a few years later, I emailed him and I ended up working for him for 8 years. So it was a really great opportunity for me. And it all started with that one connection. And it turned out that this person had trained with my doctoral supervisor. I think this happens repeatedly, and people are nodding. Yes, it is a small world, and we meet people again and again, and people who know each other. And not only did it highlight how small our world really is, but that experience just keeps happening again and again throughout my career. I suggest to you that it's really important to nurture and take care of our personal connections and to take advantage of them. So it's the connections with people that help us to align the serendipitous advantages that come our way. So people help us see things in new and interesting ways and put novel concepts and opportunities in our path. And then finally, I wanted to talk about stories. And I think they're the most personal part of this sort of trio of concepts today. So before starting my studies in psychology and neuropsychology, you heard, my first plan was to become a classical musician. And I'd started quite on that plan at, the age of 6, and I was still pretty determined there when I was 18. But for lots of different reasons, that did not work out for me. And the story I told myself was that I'd failed, that I'd missed my opportunity. I'd spent far too long at university. I was a lot older than most of you when I finally graduated. And I'd mucked around too much, and I had this story about who I was and how I hadn't really taken advantage of what had been offered to me. But I think it's really important to keep testing those stories. And I think it would be hard for me now to say that that time was wasted. So much of what has come from in my life now has been grounded in that experience in that period of time. And it wasn't a waste. It just wasn't the linear progression that I thought it was going to be. So the path has been indirect and sometimes unclear, but it's always been interesting. So I'd encourage you today to leave here thinking about what the future can bring for you, to be willing to take advantage of serendipity when it crosses your path, even if it's not part of your plan, to maintain connections with everyone, with peers, your family and friends, your lecturers and mentors, and people that have supported you in any way. These are strong networks that build and support us throughout our life. And finally, to reflect on the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves. And I think it is a great story that hopefully everyone can take from today about your achievements, your persistence that you've shown in graduating today, and hopefully some stories about the celebrating that you're going to do. So I'm going to take one last opportunity to congratulate you all and wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramsden, and it's great to be reminded how important our connections are and our stories together. So we are going to move on to what you all came here today to do, which is the conferral of degrees and the awarding of diplomas. So I now call on the Deputy Chair of the Academic Senate, Associate Professor Kristen Harmon, to present candidates for degrees and diplomas.
I call upon candidates to stand. Councillor, I commend to you the candidates whose names are listed in the conferral list before you for admission to the degrees and for the award of the diplomas shown. They have completed all the requirements for their awards to the satisfaction of the Academic Senate.
And my job is to say, by the virtue of the authority vested in my office, I admit you and the candidates in absentia, as listed in the conferral list before me, to the degrees and award the diplomas for which you and they have qualified.
Please join with me in congratulating the new graduates and diplomates. Graduates and diplomates, please be seated. Councillor, the graduates and diplomates will now be presented to you.
Would be good if I invited somebody up, wouldn't it? I now call upon Associate Professor Melanie Greenwood, representing the Executive Dean of the College of Health and Medicine, to present graduates and diplomats in that college.
Councillor, for the award of the Diploma of Dementia Care, I present to you Gwendolyn Marie Gneil. I present to you Kadapili Arakileje Manori Taranga Kadapili Arachi. Linda Margaret Patterson. Rajesh Kumar Sharma. Nicola Claire Timms. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Dementia Care, I present to you Sarah Ann Stamoulis. Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Nursing, I present to you Piper Evelyn Allenby. Yasoda Bata Sapkota. Laura Dott. Kumari Maya Lama. Yana Ling. Shingirai Madewa Ba. Surakasha Oli. Lauren Gay Wood. Annie Sang. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Paramedic Practice, I present to you Maggie Jane Baker. Narelle Baldwin. Elka Lane Best. Elsie Marie Cameron. Andrew Card. Jennifer Ann Carter. Samuel Ryan Cornelius. Vicky Lorraine Cotty. Mayor Leela Dolby Ball Olsen. Jack Cameron Dare. Ella Kate Dodge. Madison Drake. Georgia Isabella Ruby Ferguson. Madeline Jess Hayes. Demetria Finetta Janes. Sophie Johnson. Liana Kenner. Rosie May Lana. Sandra Joy McIntosh. Thomas McBeath. Bradley Myron. Robert Leo Muller. Lara Robin Naus. Zachary Allen Pregnell. Oscar Jack Purtell. Mia Quinn. Kia Aileen Scott. Jacques Oliver Campbell Stevenson. Stephanie Isabel White. Oakley Jane Young. Brianna Zorzetto. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Health and Human Services, Leadership, Professional Honours, I present to you Anna Margaret Pritchard. Councillor, for the award of the Graduate Certificate, Clinical Redesign, I present to you Anne Chiverall. Jennifer Louise Macquarie. Councillor, for the award of the Graduate Certificate in Nursing, Anaesthetic and Recovery Nursing, I present to you Gwendolyn Yap Gabalunas. Love Christine Loretto Vickers. Councillor, for the award of the Graduate Diploma of Nursing, Emergency Nursing, I present to you Ernie Yu Mun Ko. Madison Royal. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Clinical Nursing and Teaching, I present to you Francois Yanto. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Clinical Nursing, Critical Care Nursing, I present to you Parishka Rejmi. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Clinical Nursing, Perioperative Nursing, I present to you Yang Bing Lu. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Laboratory Medicine, I present to you Hamida Ali H. El-Gabaili. Councillor, that concludes the presentation of graduates and diplomates from the College of Health and Medicine.
I now call upon Professor Graham Zonski, representing the Dean of Graduate Research, to present those graduates who have qualified for a research higher degree in graduate research.
Councillor, research is one of the major activities of the University of Tasmania, and the strength and diversity of our research is reflected in our consistent world-class performance across a breadth of disciplines. This research excellence makes a real difference, having an impact across Tasmania and from here across Australia and the world. Our higher degree research graduates make very significant contributions to these research activities. For it is their hunger for understanding and dedication to research that enables the generation of new knowledge through analysis, innovation and insight. We greatly value our higher degree graduate researchers and recognise the excellence and importance of their work across a wide variety of disciplines. Councillor, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the new higher degree research graduates. Councillor, you have admitted Lachlan Sean Brown to the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Brown investigated mechanisms of how blood vessels constrict in the brain. His research has advanced our understanding of vascular changes following stroke and helped to develop tools that will further enhance our understanding of neurovascular biology. Councillor, Dr. Lachlan Sean Brown. Councillor, I present to you Courtney Marie Clark. Dr. Clark investigated the role of inhibitory interneurons within the brain in motor neuron disease. Her research identified key changes to these brain cells during the early stages of disease and assessed new therapeutic targets for motor neuron disease. Councillor, Dr. Courtney Marie Clark. Councillor, I present to you Hannah Louise Fair. Dr. Fair investigated ways to improve the reach, impact and equity of dementia risk education. She found that informal interpersonal conversations promote dementia risk reduction among people who are unlikely to engage with formal information sources, such as online courses. Councillor, Dr. Hannah Louise Fair. Councillor, I present to you Laura Pearl Sutton. Dr. Sutton investigated the management of osteoarthritis in Tasmania from the perspective of GPs, surgeons and patients. She also explored whether the community event park run was suitable for people with osteoarthritis, finding it reduced pain and improved physical activity. Councillor, Dr. Laura Pearl Sutton. Councillor, I present to you Tristan Joseph Verhoef. Dr. Verhoef investigated the epigenetic regulation of genes critical for the metastasis of breast cancer to bone, which is associated with poor patient outcomes. Novel regulatory mechanisms were discovered, contributing to the evaluation of epigenetic therapies for breast cancer treatment. Councillor, Dr. Tristan Joseph Verhoef. Chancellor, I present to you Jason John Westwater. Dr. Westwater explored the experiences of gender health professionals, gender diverse young people, parents and siblings using circular questioning on a nationwide scale. Results will inform clinical practice and guidelines to improve global outcomes for gender diverse youth. Councillor, Dr. Jason John Westwater. Councillor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from graduate research.
Just an extraordinary group of people. Congratulations to all of you, and our health system is in wonderful hands for the future. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Ms Maya Dolby-Ball-Olsen, who will graduate today with a Bachelor of Paramedic Medicine. Maya will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of students graduating today.
Dear members of the University Council, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that we are meeting on Lutruwita, Tasmanian Aboriginal land. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Muwina people, who call this area Nipaluna. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. It is an honour to have you all here today as we celebrate this achievement of completing our degrees. Your presence is a testament to the dedication and hard work that each one of us has put in to reach this milestone. Although I did not get the privilege to share classes or experiences with every graduate here today, I can speak on behalf of my experience and say that the collegiality and bonds we've made throughout our degrees will last a lifetime. I want to express my gratitude to our peers for the role they've played in shaping our university experience and supporting us throughout it all. You are the creators of an environment where education is enjoyable and fun. Thank you for your experiences and thought-provoking discussions that have helped us grow and ponder new ways of thinking and acting. As we embark on this new chapter in our lives, I hope you all know that we have your back in whatever avenue you decide to pursue. I wish you all success in whatever form that takes for you. Before we move forward, I would like us all to take a conscious moment to acknowledge this. Throughout this journey, we have always been rushing to the next goal. But let us pause for a moment and be present. In a minute, I want us all to stop and we're going to take a breath together. Ready? In and out. Be in the present. You are here and congratulations. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to all the academic staff, tutors and mentors who have played an integral role in shaping our knowledge and guiding us to this point. Your guidance, mentorship and unwavering support have been invaluable to our success. To our families and friends, thank you for all your support and dedication to helping us through these past couple of years. Thank you for dragging us out of our little study caves every now and then to live a little. And now we get to do exactly that, live. Finally, back to each and every single one of you graduates today. I want to commend you for not giving up and persevering through all the adversities that life and university have delivered. No more nightmares of forgetting assessments or dreaming through placement alarms. We are done. Go show the world what incredible humans you are. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you so much, Maya. I hate to tell you this, but the dreams continue well after those dreadful alarms and exams. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much for addressing us on behalf of the student cohort today and for your well wishes. And the thanks to our wonderful academic staff as well. Thank you. Well, that just about concludes our ceremony, and I can tell from the mood of the room and the noisiness of this crowd that you are very keen to go and celebrate with your loved ones. I would now like to take the time to encourage each of you to acknowledge the contribution of friends and family who have supported you on your path to graduation today, helping out when things were tough and celebrating your successes. In so many ways, graduation is a collective achievement. It really matters to have moments to be with and to acknowledge all of the people who have been part of your journey. I now invite the graduates to stand and to turn and to express your gratitude to those who have supported you with a round of applause. Thank you so much. Please be seated. As you celebrate your graduation today, you join a vibrant global family of over 145,000 graduates who have taken this precious University of Tasmanian experience to all continents around the world and across more than 130 countries. Remember, you are not leaving the university. As an alumni of the university, you have joined what is a very special university community. You are now all members of our extended university family, and I do hope that you will keep in touch. Graduation ceremonies represent a very special moment, and being here with you all today could not be more important or more heartwarming for me. Enjoy the rest of the day with your family and friends. Professor Brown and I now invite you, your family and guests, to refreshments located in the Activity Centre in the Tusa building, which is a short 3-minute walk from where we are here. Our team will be available to guide you. If you require mobility assistance, please make yourself known to staff at the front of the building and there will be a shuttle bus available to you. I ask you to all stand while the procession retires and invite you to follow us.